Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the Roosevelt dime, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Imagine stumbling upon a simple dime in your collection, just a tiny, everyday coin that you might have overlooked 100 times before. But what if I told you that a rare 1967 Roosevelt dime from a proof set could be worth a jaw-dropping fortune? Yes, you heard that right. Some of these dimes have sold for unbelievable amounts, and collectors are on the hunt for them right now. So, before you spend another dime, you need to know what to look for, because you might be holding onto a hidden treasure worth more than you ever imagined. The 1967 Roosevelt dime is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Unlike most years, no coins in 1967 were struck with a mint mark. That means there's no PD or S on these dimes. But here's where it gets interesting. Although the US Mint didn't produce traditional proof sets that year, they did release special mint sets, which contained higher quality coins with a proof-like finish. And that's exactly where the money is. Most of these special mint set dimes were struck with great care, but every now and then, a truly exceptional coin was created, one with an ultra-deep cameo finish, razor-sharp details, and flawless surfaces. These coins, graded at the highest levels, are the ones that collectors are paying shocking amounts of money for. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. But how do you know if your 1967 dime is the real deal? First, check the surfaces. Does it have a mirror-like background with frosted details? If so, you might have a high-value piece. Second, look at the edges. Perfectly sharp, well-defined edges with no signs of wear could mean you're sitting on a jackpot coin. And finally, the grade matters. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services are the ones that reach astonishing prices at auction. Now, let's talk numbers. Some of these ultra-rare 1967 Roosevelt dimes from special mint sets have sold for absolutely staggering amounts. We're not talking about a few $100s. We're talking serious money. The kind of money that can change lives. Imagine cashing in on a single dime for an incredible $11,000. Or even better, a breathtaking $58,000. Yes, that's right. A simple, overlooked dime could be worth as much as $58,000. So, the next time you come across a 1967 Roosevelt dime, don't just toss it aside. Inspect it carefully, check for that stunning proof-like finish, and consider getting it graded. Because who knows? That tiny coin in your hand might just be your ticket to a massive payday. Keep hunting, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of pocket change. Top 2. Imagine finding a simple 1989 Roosevelt dime in your collection, something that looks ordinary, but in reality, it's a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Yes, a dime, just 10 cents in face value, but in the right condition and with the right origin, it has been known to command jaw-dropping prices at auction. And today, we're diving deep into the incredible world of the 1989 Roosevelt dime from a proof set, an actual coin that has stunned collectors with its astonishing value. So, before you spend or overlook any dime in your collection, stay with me because you might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Now, what makes this particular dime so special? The 1989 Roosevelt dime from a proof set isn't just any dime. It was struck with incredible precision and designed for collectors rather than for everyday circulation. The key here is that certain proof dimes have unique qualities that set them apart: mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and most importantly, a perfect strike. But there's something even rarer that makes a specific 1989 proof Roosevelt dime skyrocket in value: minting errors, deep cameo contrast, and pristine condition. Imagine this. You're sorting through your old proof sets, flipping through those polished coins, and suddenly, you notice something different. Maybe a subtle error, an unusual doubling in the design, or a strikingly deep cameo contrast that sets it apart from the rest. That moment right there could mean the difference between an ordinary dime and one that could change your life. Some rare 1989 Roosevelt dimes from proof sets have been auctioned off for eye-watering prices, and when I say high value, I mean the kind of money that makes you rethink every coin you've ever owned. Collectors and investors are always on the hunt for these special proof dimes, especially in top-tier conditions. A flawless, untouched proof coin, free from even the tiniest imperfections, is what makes the big bucks. If you're lucky enough to have one graded at the highest levels, such as PR70 Deep Cameo, you could be looking at a serious payday. And when we talk about numbers, we're not talking about a couple of $100 or even a few thousand. The best of the best examples of this rare 1989 Roosevelt dime have reached mind-blowing prices, selling for between $21,000 and $48,000 at major auctions. Yes, that's right. A single dime, just 10 cents in face value, has been sold for more money than most people make in a year. So, what does this mean for you? It means that every proof set, every old collection, and every seemingly insignificant dime should be examined with a keen eye. You never know when you might be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars without even realizing it. So, before you dismiss that little dime in your collection as just another ordinary coin, take a closer look. That small piece of metal might just be your golden ticket to a life-changing payday. Keep hunting, stay curious, and who knows? The next time you check your coins, you could be looking at a fortune hiding in plain sight. Top 3. Imagine owning a coin so small, yet so incredibly valuable that it could change your financial future in an instant. A simple Roosevelt dime, one that many people might overlook, has taken the coin collecting world by storm, commanding jaw-dropping prices at auctions. But we're not talking about just any Roosevelt dime. This is the rare and highly sought-after 2003 Philadelphia minted proof dime, a coin that has stunned collectors with its shocking value. And today, we're diving deep into what makes this tiny treasure so special, why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it, and just how much money it could be worth if you're lucky enough to find one in perfect condition. Now, most people think that only old silver dimes or rare mint errors are worth serious money, but that's not the case. Even modern proof dimes can carry extraordinary value under the right circumstances. The 2003 Roosevelt dime from the Philadelphia Mint, part of an official proof set released by the U.S. Mint, is a perfect example. While millions of these proof dimes were struck, only a handful exist in the absolute highest grades, making them incredibly rare and valuable. So, what exactly is a proof coin, and why does it matter? Unlike regular dimes that are struck for circulation, proof coins are specially made for collectors. They're struck using highly polished dies and special planchets, which give them a stunning mirror-like finish and sharp, detailed designs. These coins don't go through the rough handling of circulation, which means they should, in theory, remain in perfect condition. But here's the catch: not every proof coin is flawless. Even the slightest imperfection, like a tiny scratch or a microscopic mark, can reduce its grade and lower its value significantly. That's why the rarest and most desirable 2003 proof dimes are those that have been graded at the absolute highest level, PR70 Deep Cameo, meaning they are in perfect condition with no flaws visible under magnification. Now, let's talk about the money. While a regular proof dime from 2003 might only be worth a few dollars, those rare, high-grade examples have sold for absolutely insane amounts at auctions. Collectors who recognize the rarity of a perfect PR70 Deep Cameo specimen have driven bidding wars to new heights, pushing prices to levels that most people would never expect for a modern dime. And the numbers are truly mind-blowing. Some of these coins have sold for an unbelievable $13,000 to $35,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 2003 Roosevelt dime from a proof set, in top condition, has fetched between $13,000 to $35,000. This is why coin collecting is so exciting. Hidden treasures like this exist, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. And it's not just about the rarity, it's about the demand. Collectors are always searching for the best of the best, and when a perfect coin surfaces, they are willing to pay astonishing prices to add it to their collections. So, what should you do if you have a 2003 proof set or come across one? First, check for the Philadelphia Mint mark, which will appear as a small P on the coin. Next, inspect the coin's condition. If it looks flawless to the naked eye, it could be worth getting professionally graded. A coin graded PR69 might still hold some value, but PR70 Deep Cameo is where the real money is. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, and if you're lucky enough to have a perfect one, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the story of the 2003 Roosevelt dime proves that even modern coins can be worth incredible amounts of money. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for these hidden gems. Because who knows? The next time you open a proof set, you might just find a dime worth a fortune. Top 4. Have you ever held a Roosevelt dime in your hand and wondered if it could be worth a fortune? Most people spend dimes every day without a second thought, never realizing that some of these small coins can be hiding a massive payday. But there's one dime out there that could change everything for you, the elusive 1983 P. Roosevelt dime from a proof set. This is not just any ordinary dime. This is a rare mistake, a coin that was never meant to exist, yet somehow, against all odds, it found its way into circulation. And if you're lucky enough to spot one, you could be staring at a life-changing windfall. The story of this incredible Roosevelt dime starts in 1983 at the Philadelphia Mint, where tens of millions of dimes were struck for everyday use. But proof coins, those highly polished, mirror-like coins, were supposed to be struck only at the San Francisco Mint. That's where things get interesting. Somehow, a small number of proof-quality dimes were mistakenly produced at the Philadelphia Mint and then released into the world. These coins should have never left the U.S. Mint, but they did, and today, they are among the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever discovered. The key to identifying this rare treasure lies in its appearance. While most Philadelphia minted dimes from 1983 have a regular finish, this one has the deep, mirror-like surfaces of a proof coin. Look closely, and you'll see sharp, crisp details that are far superior to the standard dimes in circulation. But the real giveaway is the mint mark, or rather, the lack of one. Most proof dimes from this era carry an S mint mark, indicating they were struck in San Francisco. But this one? It has a P for Philadelphia, an anomaly that makes it one of the most desirable Roosevelt dimes ever found. So why is this coin worth so much money? The answer is simple: extreme rarity. Few of these 1983 P proof dimes have ever been discovered, making them a true numismatic mystery. Collectors are willing to pay staggering amounts for just one, with prices reaching into the tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. Imagine the excitement of finding a small, ordinary-looking dime in your pocket change, only to realize it's a once-in-a-lifetime jackpot. That's exactly what's happened to a handful of lucky individuals who stumbled upon this numismatic goldmine. Now, let's talk about the numbers that matter. This dime isn't worth a few dollars, or even a few hundred. We're talking serious money, enough to make you rethink every single coin in your possession. The value of a 1983 P. Roosevelt dime from a proof set has soared to an astonishing $17,000, with some of the finest examples reaching an unbelievable $45,000. That's right, a tiny 10-cent piece could put thousands of dollars in your pocket if you know what to look for. So before you spend that next dime, take a closer look. That little piece of change might just be your ticket to an unexpected fortune. Keep searching, because the next big discovery could be in your hands right now. Top 5. Imagine this: you're holding a simple Roosevelt dime, a coin that most people overlook every single day. You might even have a handful of them lying around in your pocket right now. But what if I told you that there's a rare 1987 P. Roosevelt dime that has sold for an absolute fortune? That's right, one small dime, a tiny piece of change, has shocked the numismatic world by fetching unbelievable prices at auction. If you have one of these in your collection, you could be looking at a payday that most people only dream about. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this rare coin is worth thousands of dollars. Now, the Roosevelt dime has been a part of American coinage since 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It's a coin that has circulated in the millions, making it seem pretty common. But hidden among those millions of dimes are a few rare pieces that should have never left the US Mint. And one of the most incredible errors in Roosevelt dime history happened in 1987 at the Philadelphia Mint, creating a coin that collectors today are willing to pay staggering amounts of money to own. Let's break down exactly why this 1987 P. Roosevelt dime is so special. Normally, proof coins, those beautifully struck, highly detailed coins with mirror-like surfaces, are made at the San Francisco Mint and carry an S Mint mark. But in an extremely rare mistake, a small number of proof-quality 1987 Roosevelt dimes were somehow struck at the Philadelphia Mint instead of San Francisco. These coins, which should have never existed, bear the Philadelphia P Mint mark instead of the expected S. Now, you might be asking yourself, how did this happen? Well, experts believe that a few proof planchets, the specially prepared blank coins used for striking proof coins, accidentally made their way to the Philadelphia Mint. Instead of being struck with a regular business strike finish like other 1987 P dimes, these unique error dimes were struck with a proof finish, sharp details, deep mirror-like surfaces, and stunning contrast. The moment collectors discovered this mistake, the value of these coins skyrocketed. Because of how rare they are, these 1987 P Roosevelt proof dimes have become one of the most sought-after coins in the Roosevelt dime series. The problem? Almost no one knows about them. That means there could still be some hiding in old collections, tucked away in proof sets, or even sitting in a forgotten coin album. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be looking at an absolute fortune. So, how much are these rare 1987 P proof dimes actually worth? The numbers are shocking. When these dimes show up at auction, they don't just sell for a few $100s, they go for thousands. And I'm not talking about small change, I'm talking about life-changing money. Collectors have paid staggering amounts, with some of these rare dimes selling for prices ranging from $18,000 all the way up to an unbelievable $55,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single dime, just 10 cents, could be worth the price of a brand new car, a luxury vacation, or even a down payment on a house. That's the power of rare coins, and that's why checking your change in old collections is so important. So before you spend that next dime, take a closer look. Check your coin albums, proof sets, and even that old jar of change you've been ignoring for years. Who knows? You might be sitting on a rare treasure without even realizing it. And if you do find one, you're not just holding a piece of history, you're holding a fortune. Happy hunting!